Hey guys, it's Dr. Taffy Hawkins here, your mental performance coach from DarePerformance.com. I wanted to ramble with you just a little bit this morning, and I wanted to talk to you about stewardship. So I know, what in the world? It's a Monday morning, but here's the idea, okay? I didn't sleep well last night. I woke up, I wasn't feeling it, okay? And I'm not a Garfield that hates Mondays, but I wasn't feeling it. I get up, get my daughter to school, and I know that if I move my body, it changes my mind. So if I have a funky mindset, I know that I can just go for a walk, go to the gym, whatever, just a little bit, move a little bit, and I know it's going to make a huge difference. I didn't want to. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go somewhere close. It's a pretty day out. It was getting kind of humid, but it wasn't too bad. So I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go do the thing, move my body, change my mind, all the stuff. So I'm walking around the park, and it's beautiful, and it's not too muddy from all the rain that we had, and it's nice. Like it was a very nice experience that I wouldn't have otherwise had if I had just come home and jumped on my computer and worked on the writing that I had to do today. So that was really awesome, is that you're doing something good for yourself that you know is going to reap even more benefits later. Like I'm a completely different headspace now than I was at 8:45 this morning. 2 hours later, completely different, all because I did this one little thing that I knew was going to change stuff. But sometimes you just can't motivate yourself to do it. So, and that's kind of where discipline comes in. We'll talk about that later, but discipline is kind of doing the things you don't want to do because you know it's the right thing to do. So, right now I'm sitting in my driveway and my garage door is open because I could not reach it to close it last night. And there's a box that says Halloween decor. And my daughter is obsessed with decorating for all the holidays. But she felt like it needed to be fall around our house. However, I'm kind of the mindset that it's still August, and I try to put that stuff off until past like Labor Day. Well, she insisted. So she's bought a few things here and there, and she wanted to use more money to go to the store. And I'm like, we already have things. We have things. And my husband, he and my son were fantastic. They built this whole structure in my garage to hold these huge totes, like the really big ones that you get from Sam's or Staples. They hold a lot of stuff so that we can be more well organized and we can just kind of grab the thing that we need. So they keep things dry, keep, bugs out, all the things. Really great. But if you do that, if you take good care of the things that you have, you'll have them again when you need them. And I'm not trying to convince you to be a hoarder and just get a bunch of totes. But for some stuff, like Christmas, we're not having to rebuy a bunch of things because we already have the things. And we have taken really good care of it. So my daughter last night, she cleaned her room and she wanted to start decorating. And she couldn't reach the totes to get it down out of the garage. So I went out. By the way, she's taller than I am. So I was able to kind of meander through, get the totes down, sheer willpower, which is what happens when you're less than 5 foot tall, and, pull it down. But the look on her face when I set them out in the driveway and opened the lid, and it's like all new stuff. We used it last season, but we took really good care of it. We packed it away nicely, so when you open it, it's like you just went in this warehouse full of all the things that you wanted to spend money on that you don't have to now because you already have them. They're right in your driveway. We took all the indoor decor. We left the outside stuff in the garage. All the indoor decor, put it all in one tote. She brought it in the house. So she has it to decorate as much as she wants to. And those are things that we don't have to repurpose or repurchase because we've already kept them, knowing that we had a purpose for them later. So that's one of the things I want you to keep in mind. Like if you take care of the things that you have right now, it's going to last you a little bit longer. And if you hold on to them instead of treating things like they're disposable, then you'll have it for the next season when you need it. So what does that mean in terms of like our body? Well, I was telling the kids yesterday, we teach a children's worship class at church, and I'm like, okay, I'm turning 45 in February, which may not seem like a lot to you. Or if you're 19, you may be like, oh my God, how is she that old? How How do people live to be 45? We do, okay? But I had surgery this year on my left knee for a really complex meniscus tear. And I know that I've got goals, physical goals, that I need 2 good knees for. So I went through with the surgery because I didn't have arthritis, and they wanted to make sure we preserve what we have, take really good care of it. I did all the stuff for physical therapy. I've been very good about challenging it. You don't want your muscle to waste away, but taking good care of it, because I need that knee. The things that I want to do in the future, I need the knee to work. And so if you take care of your body in such a way, if you treat it like this is the only one you get, because it is, I don't know what kind of bionic body that you're going to hope to have when you're in your 40s, but I promise you, it's going to be this one. It's going to be the same one you have. So if we take a little bit better care of it, then we'll have it when we need it. When you decide that, oh my gosh, you've never trained for a marathon before, but this is your year. Okay, well, you can totally do that, because it may take some work. I'm not trying to make this sound easy, because it's incredibly difficult. But we can do hard things. We've done hard things before. We got a whole confidence resume full of things that were super hard that at first looked impossible, and now we've already done them, checked them off. Okay? But you have to kind of do the prep. You have to take care of the thing. So this skin suit that we've got to take care of it. And much like, the fall decorations that we had, you want to, when you need to call upon the thing, you want to have it there and have it at the ready. So one of the things we do, it's stay prepared. There's a quote that was attributed to Will Smith, and it's if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You're ready. And I know that our football season got off to a little bit of a rocky start because it was so rainy this past weekend. So there was even a game that was moved forward to Thursday. There's one that's happening tonight locally because it was just, the storms were so bad. But those guys, they were ready on Thursday. They knew there was a game on Friday, but they were ready on Thursday. And these guys tonight, they're ready on a Monday because they have put in the work. They have logged the hours, stacked those reps, and now they've got everything that they need for tonight. And one of the reasons why that's so important is that we want to be able to perform in such a way. We call upon ourselves. This is the thing that we need to finish the marathon, to finally complete your bachelor's degree, whatever the thing is. And you've been working so hard toward it because you knew it was coming. It doesn't sneak up on you. Okay? Even that moving from Friday to Thursday, they've been working in the off season. Those guys are ready, So those are the kind of things that we do. We take good care of the things that we have. We do the things because we keep promises that we make to ourselves. We know the things that are going to work for us because hopefully you've been watching these videos and you've, kept it in your mind that these are the things that I need to do to get my mind right, when maybe it's not to start with, like me this morning. And then you build towards the things that you want. There are things that you want. There are things that I want in life. And sometimes it seems like it's forever down the road. And it's going to be here sooner than you think. So there are some events that I want to do. One of the things, and I don't think I've talked about it on here, is the Camino de Santiago is it's in Spain. There are routes that go through Portugal, one that comes from France, but basically you end up in Spain, in Santiago. And I've wanted to do this the past several years. And I haven't been able to do it yet. The timing wasn't right, whatever, but I thought, next year I turn 45. And I want to commemorate that with something challenging that I also enjoy. Well, in order to do that, you have to kind of train for that. The minimum that you can do is about 66 miles. Okay? And you can do it over a certain span of time. But what I'm looking at is roughly 7 days. Okay? So 66 divided by 7. A little more on some days, a little less on others, but it kind of averages out. And the whole trek could take you about a month. If you did the complete Camino from France, it's going to take you about a month, maybe a little bit more. But my timeline doesn't allow for that. So the minimum that you can do and get your Compostela is going to be it's 100 kilometers, so about 66 miles. If I know that next summer that's the thing I want to do, then I need to get things right now. So if you're preparing for something that you want, and I hope that you are, I hope that even if it seems like it's a long ways down the road, it's less than a year, what can we do right now? You can find a training program, which I did. And most of the time, this is, the parts of it that I'm doing is not super treacherous. So we're not talking mountain climbing, okay? You're going to have some inclines. You're going to take good care of your knee that you already had surgery on this year. We're going to do all the things that you can do on the forefront, strengthen things. What do you need to pack? What do you need to pay? Because there are fees involved. You need to get your, it's like a pilgrim passport. So basically it's something that they'll stamp at all your different locations. And that'll, as you're going along the route. And that proves that you've put in the work, that you've done the mileage that you need to. Also, I need to get my passport. Okay? That's something easy that I can do. Pay like $140. You can get it right now. These things that we can do on the front end, even though the main goal is not until the first week of June, we can do these things right now. And we can go for our walks that we know are good for our body. We can start training with a little bit of weight, because those packs, if you carry your pack, it's going to be kind of heavy. So the things that you're going to be carrying with you and taking with you, once you start getting your mileage and we need to progress a little bit, it's like, okay, now I'm going to start training with the pack on. And we're going to do this. And this is how many days. And these are the kind of shoes that I'm going to wear. And you're not going to take brand new shoes. You're going to break your shoes in so that you don't get blisters. Just smart things that you can do and be ready. And we prepare far enough in advance that if it's like the guys that had to play on Thursday, if it opened up and I was able to go in May, of course I'll go in May. Of course I'll go in May. Because I have started in August to prepare for all these things. So then it's just a matter of, booking the flight. I just want to challenge you that whatever it is that you want to do right now, have a big goal. We want you to have a big goal. We want you to set it a little bit in advance, but not so far that we don't work toward it in the early months. And I heard a study yesterday that said that most of the revenue for the year for businesses is done in quarter 4. That they see the most movement, because people feel the crunch of a timeline. They're like, we're in the 4th quarter. We got to make something happen. And it happens in football too. Like if you watch in football, people are making real strides in the 4th quarter because they know it's almost over. Like whatever it's going to be at the very end of that. So they want it to be good. They put in a lot of work. So that's what they do. And they'll like really push, and you don't try crazy things that you don't know if they're going to work. You know what I mean? Like you go in with your tried and true, you have your starters, you do the things that you know are going to help move the needle because you're right at the very end. And when we've got 10 months, 8 months, you may not put in as much work because you think that you've got time. Okay? So if you're setting up goals right now, I normally do them 3 to 6 months. Sometimes we'll have a year goal. Okay? If it's like for the year, I want to write a book. Because I promise you, as a writer, I'll tell you right now, month 1, you're a little bit motivated. You're like, I'm writing a book this year. This is going to be fantastic. Month 2.5, month 3, you're not writing much anymore. Maybe once a week. Okay? Because you're like, I've got plenty of time to write this book. I've still got 9 months. But the truth of the reality of having these goals is that we need the small, consistent steps. It's not the big strides and you run as fast and as hard as you can, all the time. It's that trudging through day after day. Do it when you don't want to. Taking good care of this dream that you have, because it is your thing, and it's so important to you to have this thing, to do this thing. It's like, we want you to have that, and I want to equip you with all the tools that you need that are going to help make it easy and hopefully fun. I want you to have fun, because if you don't, like, if it always feels like drudgery, maybe you'll accomplish this one, but you won't set another one like this, And there are things about our lives that when we are challenged, when it's something really, really hard, I don't know if you know this, if it's something really, really hard, your brain will make all these new synapses, and it will kind of make this collaboration that wasn't there before. You'll experience real growth in your brain that wasn't there before because you have put it under some distress that has caused it to say, hey, we're going to need this extra thing. And that's what happens with our muscles too, right? It's like when we go in the gym, you work out, it does damage. And your body's like, oh no, this is not going to happen again. So it goes in and it makes it a little bit stronger. And then it's like you keep going in and you keep breaking it down and the body keeps building it back up. And it's super resilient in that way. That it wants to make you very difficult to damage again. But that's where we get the growth. That's where we get the strength. All the things is having this increase in the size and the muscle mass that you have, that are going to help you reach these goals. So while your body is trying to protect you, and your brain will try to do that too, by the way. It's like, oh, this looks scary. Let's stay away from that thing. But that's where the growth is. So yeah, if you want to stay exactly how you are right now, don't do the hard things. Do the easy things. Because easy keeps the status quo. And that's, our body and our brains just trying to keep us safe. No saber-toothed tigers, keep them all away. We just want to maintain where we are. But if you're one of those people, and I think that you are, we've been at this video for 17 minutes. If you are still listening, then you're the kind of person that likes a challenge, which I love personally. And you're the person that's like, okay, I can do really hard things because I've done them before. Dr. Taffy is saying I can do even more hard things, which is true. If I put in the work, I can do more hard things. If I take care of the thing that I've got, that not only will I maintain it, but it'll actually get better. And it'll be there for me to call upon. And then if I keep these skills up and build upon them, then I won't have to get ready because I'm already ready for whatever life has for me. Okay, I want to thank you for hanging in here. You can find more information on my YouTube channel, all my social media stuff, Daring Performance, at daringperformance.com. It's a website, tons of free resources for you. And then if you're looking to work together, if you're like, I need to level up, I'm looking for a coach, I would love to be that person for you. And I think that we could make some real magic. We could really put a dent in those goals by the end of the year if that's something you're looking forward to. So just reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you about kind of the ways that we can collaborate and really make something happen this year. Okay, I want to thank you for watching. Just know that I'm on the sidelines and I'm rooting for you. See you next time.